Hey friends, it's Rosalind. Welcome back to our gardens and our tiny farm where I share old-fashioned, simple ways to grow a beautiful and productive garden. We are officially at the first day of spring. Can you believe it? This time of year, even though we just came out of that week of very winterish weather, this time of year everything starts waking up so quickly and everything feels so fresh. So the other day I stopped at Home Depot and they had all of their bare root roses in. Every year I like to check out the varieties of bare root roses that Home Depot has because they have gorgeous varieties, like varieties that I've wanted to get my hands on for a while, but for a very good price. I've had the roots soaking for a couple of hours now. Even though they were sitting in soil and the soil was quite moist, I still wanted the roots to be, to take up a lot of water before we plant them. So the first variety, this is supposed to be a very good variety, very popular with florists, and it has 25 to 40 petals. It's called Honey de Dijon. Believe that's how you pronounce it. And it's supposed to have a very long vase life. So this one and the Forever Amber, this one has 100 to 150 petals per rose. And it's also supposed to have a long vase life. It's supposed to look very beautiful in the garden as well as in a vase. So both of these will go out into the cottage cutting borders. When I buy bare root roses in early spring, even though these could go directly out into the garden, I will plant them into a pot until May when the rest of the garden has started waking up and I know like where the best spot would be for these roses so I don't have to dig them up and transplant them again once everything has started, waking up and filling out. So that's what we're doing with these, and then we'll set them out into the greenhouse. I decided to plant one of them into a white bucket so I can write the name on it so I don't lose track which is which. When potting bare root roses, I will just use an all-purpose potting mix, but I'm going to bring the soil up to right about here. In just a minute, we're going to take the two potted roses out into the greenhouse. I'm going to let them set for just a little bit while we look at some of the other things that we got at Home Depot the other day. So I did find this little duckling clematis. It's supposed to grow only 6 feet tall, which is perfect because I would like to put it out into the cottage cutting border as well. And the first blooms are a double bloom. And then after that, they get single blooms. It's supposed to bloom from late spring right into fall, which is very exciting when it comes to a clematis. So we'll be planting that together later this spring because it does have a little bit of green growth on it already, and I don't want the frost to harm the young foliage on it. And something else that we got was Lily of the Valley. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Lily of the Valley, it is very toxic if it's consumed. And it does spread quickly, or it can spread quickly if it's planted straight into the garden. But we're going to plant it into a container and just have it in the greenhouse so we can enjoy the scent of the Lily of the Valley. And that way, it'll also be away from the chickens. I've had the roots soaking for probably 1 to 2 hours. So we're just going to plant it directly in here, and then we'll also take it out into the greenhouse along with the roses. So you can see the growth points right here, and these are the roots. So we're just going to set it down into the soil and cover it up. But hopefully we will get blooms on these this spring already. Wouldn't it be wonderful to be able to smell these this spring? They have such a delightful scent. Okay, let's go take these lily of the valley roots and the bare root roses out into the greenhouse. And then we are going to go plant some peas out into the raised beds on bamboo trellis. I had to bring some fresh flowers out into the greenhouse since we are celebrating the first day of spring, and we have our lily of the valley roots over here. And if we come around the table, I do have a Queen of Elizabeth. This was a beer rose as well from, I think I got this one at Sam's Club earlier this month and potted it up, just put it out here in the greenhouse. You can see that it started leafing out. And then we have our two other roses that we planted today. This is the Forever Amber. We wrote the name on it so we don't forget which is which. And then we have our Honey de Joan. And I think I'm going to move all of the winter sown jugs back outside because I feel like they're getting too warm in the greenhouse. It's like, I think that says almost 80 degrees in here. This is the raised bed that we are going to be planting our peas in. Last night I did pick up some bamboo sticks at the hardware store. Last spring I planted some sweet peas on, I made little teepees with the bamboo sticks and I loved it so much. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to grow my peas on it. Just make little teepees again right here in the raised bed. Peas don't need a lot to grow on. They just need something that they can climb on. So this is the Wando peas. It's from Eden Brothers. You want to direct sow, planting 1 inch deep, and it takes about 60 to 90 days for maturity, which will probably be close to June before they're ready. And they like growing in the cool season of the year, which is usually in very early spring or in fall. I've had the peas soaking for probably about 4 hours, so you can see how much they have plumped up compared to those that we didn't soak. Okay, let's get our little teepees set up. I think we're going to do one in each corner since they really don't take up a lot of space. And then later, maybe tomorrow, we'll come in and add some lettuce and bok choy in here as well. It is so hard to believe how much these cottage cutting borders are going to fill in and transform within the next month. You can see all of that green. That is tulips and daffodils coming up. And over here in this border is where we are going to plant the two bare root roses that we planted today. So I do want that to kind of fill in a bit more, so I know where exactly we have a lot of room for them to grow in. The peas that we planted in here today, those will be sprouting within the next month. And it's going to be so pretty and filled with flowers. We do plan on coming in with a picket fence to completely surround, or I should say back up the borders, to kind of separate the borders from our grow space. And back along here, we are going to be adding in railroad ties to kind of separate the raised beds that are in front of the greenhouse from this grow space as well. If you have been wanting to start a garden, this is your sign. It doesn't have to be complicated. We started this garden, well, this spring it'll be 5 years, and it is still a work in progress. And our new cutting garden out front, we started that in fall of 2023, so it's just a little over 2 years old. It is still a work in progress, but I would love to hear what you guys are growing. Are you able to get into your gardens right now? Are you growing roses this season? Are you growing any kinds of vegetables or cold hardy crops? Let me know. I would love to hear about it. Thank you for being in the garden with me today, friends. I hope it brought a little bit of calm to your day and inspired you to grow something fun in your own gardens this season. Have an amazing week, and I will see you sometime real soon. Bye.